Hi, my name is Sue Fletcher-Watson and I am one of the co-chairs of the ITAKOM conference. It takes all kinds of minds. This is our neurodiversity conference that's taking place next month in March 2023. So the deadline for registering with the conference under our advantage rate has now passed, which means that the prices, if you're paying a professional fee or a self-funded fee, have risen. In particular, the fees for professionals have risen quite sharply. So I just wanted to explain what your options are if you're looking at those prices and thinking, gosh, that's really unaffordable for me. So the first thing to say is that our professional fees are designed not so much for people who are professionals. Lots of us are professionals and don't necessarily have the funds to afford that kind of price. They're for people who have professional funding. So if the organisation that is paying your fee is your university or a grant funder or some other kind of establishment, then we're asking them to pay a higher fee, and that's partly to subsidise the reduced costs that we've got available for other kinds of people. So if you do have funding and you want to come for the conference, please do pay that higher rate. There's also a personally funded rate, which is a bit lower, and that's for people who are paying from their own bank account. So if you're paying from your own bank account, then you're going for the personally funded rate. But that rate has gone up over time as the conference date has got closer, and that's because we had reduced rates earlier on because what we needed to do was kind of drive cash flow. So as you can imagine, the bills for the conference come in a few months before the conference itself, and there's a risk that if we don't have something like an early bird rate, everyone buys their conference ticket really close to the date, and it's hard for us to pay those bills when they're coming in. So that's why we have those cheaper rates earlier on, and that's why we have those higher rates now. So if you're looking at the rates now and thinking, oh, I really can't afford it, then there's three kind of main options. One is to email and request a discounted rate. So we have got a 30% discounted flat rate. That has not changed over any of the months in the run-up to the conference, and that's designed for someone with a limited income who's going to struggle to pay the other rates. So if you are don't have a load of a few hundred pounds sitting in your bank account, but you really want to come to ITAKOM, all you need to do is email us and say, I really want to come to ITAKOM, I'm interested in it because I'm a PhD student, or I'm a teacher, or I have a neurodivergent child, or I'm an autistic person, or I'm neurodivergent myself, whatever it is that you want to say. And I have restricted means at the moment, or I'm on a low income at the moment, or I'm in a single parent family. You don't have to give us your whole life story or lots of financial details, but we are asking you to make a commitment, and that's for two reasons. One is that these discounted places are being subsidised by donations, charitable donations from philanthropic supporters, and we need to show that their money is being spent appropriately. We're not just giving out free places to our friends, for example, which would not be appropriate. The other reason we're asking for that information is because we just really want to make sure that the people who are requesting a discounted place are really committed to coming to the conference. If we gave out free places kind of at the click of a button, it would be very easy for people to claim those places who are maybe not seriously thinking about attending the conference. So that's why we're asking just for that little bit of effort on your part to send us an email. But there's no secret screening process that's going on behind closed doors, and we're definitely not going to ask you for lots of personal details about your life or your financial circumstances. As well as applying for one of those 30% discounted rates, you can also apply for a completely free bursary place. So the discounted rates are £155 for attending the conference in person, or £137 for attending the conference online. But as I say, there are also completely free places, a diminishing number of those at the moment, but you can request one of those if those discounted rates are still outside of your price range. The last thing that you can do is look into a block booking option through some organisation that you're affiliated with. So what we have is a scheme where organisations can buy a block of places and they get one for free. So if you buy 5 places as an organisation, you get the 6th free. If you buy 10 places, you get 2 free places, so 12 for the price of 10. So that can work out quite cost effective for organisations. Let's imagine you're a teacher. Maybe you could put together a collective of schools within your local authority or within your council area and see if the council would support, say, 6 teachers to come from your area to the ITAKOM conference. And that would cost them just the price of 5 tickets. So that's a saving for the organisation, and that allows you to come with a kind of community of colleagues. If you're a third sector organisation, for example, you could block book 5 tickets, you get the 6th one free, and then we'll give you a code and you can give that out to 6 people in your community who are then able to register as individuals. So you can do that as a service on behalf of your particular community. So I hope this is helpful, and I hope this indicates that even though the kind of professional rate for the conference is now quite hefty, there are still lots of ways for you to join, and you shouldn't feel inhibited from contacting us and saying, I really want to be there, but I don't have, hundreds of pounds to spare. What can we do to help? We really want to have that conversation with you because we are trying to make this conference inclusive. And as I've said, if you are able to pay that higher rate, please do so, because one of the things that you're doing is helping us with that inclusivity by subsidising those lower rates for people who don't have a funding source. So thanks very much for paying attention. I hope this has been informative and helpful, and I really hope that we'll see lots of you at the conference in March.